This is the final product, and this is the final product. And after adjusting everything on my compressor, on the sandblast machine or set, I would say, this would take you no more than 45 minutes. I would say that the most time it was consuming for me was to recycling the abrasive, do you call it abrasive? The sand, so-called sand, and putting it back to the machine. I've used 5 times 25 kilograms of the abrasive. That's 125 kilograms, but I think 50 kilograms I already recycled, so it was about 180 kilograms. But remember, you can recycle that sand and you can use it multiple times. So first off, who should think about it, who should not even bother with sandblasting? If you already have a compressor, you're very close to being able to sandblast anything. Your wheels on the old car, the frame set, just anything, the frame set of your friends, or maybe open up a business and put up some nice photos on social media and have customers. Guys, do it. Don't tell me that everyone now has this service of sandblasting. You can do it. If you do it nicely, you'll find the customers. But anyway, the biggest problem for me was first that the nozzle the sand would get stuck in the nozzle. I don't know why, because it was for initial 20 minutes and then the last hour it was working fine. The biggest and most important thing on my project, on my work here, was to adjust the amount of sand going out with the pressurized air to the nozzle. So first off, I had all my valves, so the valve for the air, the valve for the sand opened, and as you see on this video, too much sand, too much abrasive will mean that the air pressure actually goes down, and you will waste a lot of time just putting it back to the machine and just wasting some of it, like I wasted here in my garden, in my backyard. But after closing the valve for the sand for about 50%, so there was, I think, like 3 times less abrasive going through the nozzle comparing to the amount of air. Then I saw that the speed of those was much higher, and then I thought, wow, I put some other type of abrasive because the frame feels different, but it was just a bigger impact. Then I was using the 45 degrees angle rule, because at the beginning I was just hitting it from the 90 degrees because it wasn't enough. I thought I would just use 2 days to do it. Comparing the chemical paint removal to the sandblasting, if you have the equipment, I would always go for sandblasting. Paint removal with the chemicals, I showed you on the Killer 1, is just easy because you don't have to buy a lot of stuff. You just need to do it outside. Don't do it indoor like I did. It is very, very toxic, and it's super stinky. So just do it outside. It will take you much more time to clean around maybe the welds, those any eyelets you have on the frame, dropouts. There are some difficult areas on the frame, like this one here, like open seat stays. They are open here on this Cannondale. Super difficult with the chemical. I mean, much more time consuming. And also, surprising thing for me is that this Cannondale had a lot of scratches, and there is not even one scratch left on the frame. Of course, if you have if the frame is damaged, it will stay like that. But maybe you remember when I told you that somebody who sent this back to me has put the wheel with the cassette just around the frame, and so the frame was really scratched. It was damaged. No sign of these scratches anymore. So it does look like already painted. It's not painted. This is the bare metal. This is the aluminum, guys. Eco-friendly comparing to carbon. So I like it. So if you have compressor, so think about it. My compressor is 120 liters, 3 kilowatts, and 230 volts. So I just plug it in to into my house, into those electrical ports, and no problems with it. Of course, more than 120 liters will be better, but my compressor was switching on every 2 minutes, I would say, after adjusting that sandblasting thing, and I would say really 45 minutes after all the adjustments would be enough. So the compressor can work like every 2 minutes, every 90 seconds, but in 2 minutes really you can do a lot of surface. So all areas very easy, so don't worry about the serial number. The serial number is left, so this was okay. The most difficult to remove are the stickers, because remember, the stickers are the stickers, so the additional layer of a plastic which is also painted, but no problem for the sandblaster, just a little bit more time, no problem for that. So this frame is really good prepared for paint, or for the prep of the paint, and I'm happy with that. So if you have compressor, if you think about maybe restoring some bikes and do something with the cars maybe, or some small parts, do it, because this is a lot of fun. You need to have a space. Don't do it in the garage. Having a special chamber for sandblasting would be ideal, because you can recycle almost 100% of the abrasive. Mine was 0.1 to 0.4 millimeters in size, and it worked beautifully. And my compressor was set to 7.8 bars. When the pressure went down to 4.5, I just waited for the compressor to put more air, because I was wasting the abrasive, and it takes time to reload it. So reloading it so many times actually takes time. You need to take your glasses off. You know, you just want to work. You just want to focus on work. So between 5 and 7 bars for me was great with my abrasive, and it worked beautifully. So you don't have equipment, do the chemical stuff. If you have the compressor, buy the sandblasting thing. I will put maybe some links below the video, and gonna have a lot of fun. Any curves, any shapes on the frame, or on anything which is also maybe rusty, no problem. Remember that the chemical stuff I've used for the Cannondale is for the paint, but if you have rust, you'll have to sand the frame or whatever material you're working on. So this works for paint, rust, for anything that you want to remove from your original metal or the thing. That's it, guys. I'm loving it. We'll see how the custom paint will look like.